Well, hello there, my Taurus collective Sun, Moon, Rising sign. How are you doing today? I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons, the Mark Angel of Lyons, Lyons, president of DrawingTheCircle Productions, professional intuitive, professional witch, and absolutely delighted to be doing these reads for you all today. I took a lovely weekend away in Saratoga, cranked out that last twin flame reading for Pisces, took a few days off, and back in my home and ready to get back to work. So if you are new to my channel, welcome, welcome. This is essentially what's called a quickie read, which for me is under 20 minutes or so. A quickie read looking at what you need for this new moon to full moon next. So the new moon is on, I believe it's this Sunday coming up. Yeah, it's the October 27th until November 12th, right? That's this full moon to new moon, a new moon to full moon next. Just checking my stats, you know. So what do I need read is just a bit more useful, I find, for a quickie. It's sort of like you pick a card every day. It's like, okay, what do I need? Instead of where am I or what should I do, what do I need? It's a clearer question, particularly to the divine, that allows you to ask and receive relatively quickly what you need. Sometimes it comes through, you know, inspiration, or sometimes shit just drops in your lap. What can you do? So just, what do I need? Show me what I need. But that takes a certain amount of humility, right? To say that I don't know what I need. I may think I know what I need, but show me what I need, right? So that's what these are for. We're going to be pulling 5 cards, total, 1 from each of 5 decks. All the decks are in my description box below. If you're new, please go read my description box. I got my book link is on there. There's a whole lot of info about me, my Vimeo channel, where I have classes that you can watch on demand, all sorts of cool stuff, because I've been doing this for a while. Yeah, and at the bottom of the description box is the titles and links of the decks that I use in total. I don't change that absolutely every single time. Cool, so let's get down to business. I already blessed the decks as I always do. I have I wouldn't call it a ritual or a ceremony, it changes every time, but really asking the respective pantheons. Each deck has its own pantheon, except for this one, the Caroline Myss archetype deck, which is all of the pantheons combined, right? Blessing it for, in this case, the Taurus collective Sun, Moon, Rising signs for this new moon to full moon next, to that may they be blessed with all that they need, essentially. Cool, cool. So let's do this. Take a deep breath, ground and center, follow the breathing, whatever it is that you do to bring yourself into the present moment. Ask your guides, your masters, your gods, your goddesses, your angels, what have you, just to be present and to guide your hearing as they are guiding, I guess, my reading. So here we go. My pantheons, please, 1 archetype card in clarity for this Taurus collective Sun, Moon, Rising sign for this new moon to full moon next. What is the archetype that they need to focus on? What is the soul power that they are alchemizing or have the potential to alchemize from lead to gold, from shadow to light for this waxing moon, new moon to full moon next, October 2019 into November? And it is the Lover's card. Let's just say we're starting with a bang, so to speak. Now, the Lover's card isn't all about romantic love, but we'll see, right? That's why we're going to pull the 4 other cards as we go. And yes, there's writing on those cards. I will read them. There's writing on the card of the last one too, but I want to get them all on the table first before I make any hasty assumptions. Even though empathically my second chakra is going, My angels, please, 1 card in clarity for this Taurus collective Sun, Moon, Rising sign for this new moon to full moon next. What do they need? We've got the Lover archetype here. Celestial beings, the angels, in broad strokes speak. 1 card for this Taurus collective Sun, Moon, Rising. What do they need? Focus. All right, that's pretty clear. Now, it doesn't give much more info than that, right? That one word, focus. So focus on what? Focus on what? Mr. Cards, Ms. Cards, Lay's Cards, right? The lover archetype in focus, right? But that's like, don't worry, we've got Daughters of the Moon Tarot. Yes, Daughters of the Moon Tarot, my favorite tarot deck. I've been reading it longer than any other deck that I've worked with personally or professionally. I just adore it. So this is for my gods. My gods, please, one card in clarity for this Taurus collective. Sun, Moon, Rising sign. For this new moon to full moon next, this waxing phase for October 2019 into November, right? So that's a Scorpio new moon to Taurus full moon. One card in clarity, please. What do they need? Considering the lovers on the table from the collective pantheons, and focus is on the table. The angel of focus on the table for the angels. Please, my gods, what say you? What does this Taurus collective need this new moon to full moon next? Ace of Blades, a new way of looking things, a new thought. Yes, can be a communication, but it's a seed of communication. It's not an entire dialogue. It's hi, sup, right? If it comes in communication like that. But there is also an indication here that there needs to be a focus in the mind, right? Focus the mind into a single blade, even if it's a double-sided blade, right? To focus the mind, but to focus the mind in love. Now that's a very general thing, and that's why we're going to go to the next deck, which is the Chuck Spezzano Love Pack, baby love pack. Except half the cards in this deck, maybe less, are problem cards, what I have affectionately termed, many of my clients are calling the womp womp cards. It's almost like no whammies, no whammies, no whammies. But these are good cards to have when they pop up, because it gives an indication of, the lead to be transformed into gold in this archetypal power, in your case, the lover archetype, which is as delicious as it is just bonkers in its shadow, just absolutely insane in its shadow. I know from personal experience, having the lover archetype myself. So my masters, please, one card in clarity. He said, clearing his throat. For this Taurus collective, Sun, Moon, Rising sign for this new moon to full moon next October into November 2019. We've got the lover archetype from the collective pantheons. We've got focus from the angels. We've got the Ace of Blades, the Sibyl, the Oracle of Delphi, from the gods. So please, masters, what say you? One card of clarity. What do they need? Control. Control. Do a little Janet Jackson head bop there for you. Control. Now, if you look at that card, that ain't pretty, right? Got her on a leash. That's, unless you're into that sort of thing and it's consensual. No, trying to control the situation. Now, maybe that's about controlling your mind. Maybe that's about controlling your focus in love. That would make sense. But let's get that last card down, and I love this deck. This is the Whispers of Love. I just love these. I check these and I'm like, what do I need, right? Tell me what do I need, right, when I'm there. As well as what do I need today, the whole spectrum. So we're all in process, right? Fifth dimensional unity, consciousness manifesting in form. It's highly individualized curriculum. So please, this is the higher selves of all involved. Please, the higher selves of all involved. One card, please, in clarity for this Taurus collective Sun, Moon, Rising sign, this new moon to full moon next, for this waxing phase. What do they need? You're their higher selves. You know better than I do. What do they need? We got the lover archetype on deck here from the collective pantheons. We've got that focus card from the angels. We've got the Sibyl, the Ace of Blades, the One of Blades from the gods. We've got that control card, which can mean so many different things. So please clarify. Please clarify. Higher selves of all involved. What does this Taurus collective Sun, Moon, Rising sign need for this new moon to full moon next? Ask for help. Now, let me read them all the way through. We're going to start with the lover archetype, who's got to ask for help. Light and shadow, gold and lead. This is what has to be alchemized to turn into this, okay? Light attribute. Great passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation of someone or something, and they're just clairaudiently giving me the tip here. It's like unbridled. Well, what's a bridle? Put a bridle on a horse to control it. Right? So that unbridled appreciation of someone or something. And that's why, again, does this need to be romantic? Not necessarily so. I totally, well, we're up in Saratoga. We went to the Tang Museum. Personally, I found the Tang Museum a little powdery with a very strong orange top note. But I love art. Like, the more interpretive that I can get about it. I mean, I'm a reader. I read symbols left, right, and center, and some of the art there was just so emotionally impactful, right? See, I could go on and on and on and on. I am a great appreciator of certain foods. I love cooking, right? So that unbridled passion, like, that's a safe, clean, healthy way to channel it. But now let's look at the shadow. Obsessive passion that harms others. Like, obsessive passion in and of itself harms the obsessor. Is that the right word? Obsessor, obsessee, I don't know. The one being obsessive, right? And Taurians, I love you dearly, but you all can stew for a while. It need not be always such active obsession that way, right? It can be mostly internal. And self-destructive devotion, right? Devotion to someone or something where it's pulling you apart, right? It's breaking you down, where that obviously is pointing a bit towards addiction. And again, that can be someone or something. So considering we've got the Lovers card with focus, I mean, just the most general message I'm getting there, just focus on love, but make sure you're loving you in that process, right? It's like, think again, right? Start again. Start focusing on love, perhaps as a mental concept. Allow inspiration and ideas to filter in from the crown chakra into the third, down to the throat, right? Chew it in the throat chakra and then let it open the heart. Even if it's just, I love you, I love you, I love you. Because this control problem, see, just holding these four cards together, I get the image of a fire hose with, when it's clamped shut, right? It's just not on all the time, right? They clamp, so there's like this pressure building up, building up, building up, building up, sort of like a bull pawing the ground, getting ready to go, ready to go, ready to go, ready to go. So if that control is about, well, controlling the shadow, you need to embrace the shadow without acting on it. That, if that's part of this process, rock and roll. By the way, you're in the perfect time of year for it. But if it's about controlling your conduct so that it's healthy, so that it's not obsessive, so that it's healthy, a good question, two questions I ask myself. The first one is, what would love do? Like, what would true love do? What would real love do? What would divine love do? And just asking the questions, right? Ace of Blades, new thought, can really shift my passage a little bit through whatever is going on. The other is, what's healthy? What's the healthy thing here? Because that's why I think we've got this last one here. Ask for help. What is it you really need help with? Be willing to allow yourself the support you need. And let's be clear. That can be a new teaching, right? I need help. What I need to see this differently. I need a new set of eyes. And even the Course in Miracles says the true prayer for a miracle is, help me see this differently. All right? God, Goddess, Zeus, Buddha, Jesus, Zan, Jaina, Shaggy, Scooby, Velma. The whole Mystery Machine crew, you know, whoever your higher power is, help. Show me. But that does take a certain amount of humility, right? To ask for help. What I've been doing, because, you know, I'm a mystic, there aren't a whole lot of people I can just call on a moment's notice, you know, at 4 in the morning, usually more like 3 in the morning. So I say, all right, I accept that I don't know what to do about this. I don't know how to focus my mind. I don't even know how to ask for help. So I ask the universe to do it through me on my behalf for the well-being of all that I am now. And so it is. And in that moment that I make that prayer, it didn't take me long to practice it either. It's really an asking and an invocation. My stress just goes, ooh. It's like, right, you're not supposed to know how to do that. You're not, so to ask for help, you can even be so simple as, okay, help me. I ask for help for seeing love through new eyes, right? Or communicating love. That there is this control thing. And by the way, who's not trying to control the amount of love in their life because of past experience, right? So being that this is a waxing moon, we're talking about new moon to full moon next, there is an opportunity for you here to plant this seed that will kind of deal with this control in terms of your focus with that lover archetype. but you gotta ask for help, whether it's to another person, a counselor. Hey, I do spiritual counseling pretty much every day. I do readings a lot on Facebook Messenger and Skype and all that stuff, and sometimes just over the plain old landline I do. So reach out, ask for help. And, you know, this is a 2-week process, right? Pretty much, new moon to full moon next. So no, by the time the moon is in Taurus, maybe that's your moon sign, right? The moon is going to be in your moon sign. That's pretty intense. You want to kind of get this negotiated a little sooner rather than later. Just saying, cool. Well, my Taurian Sun, Moon, Rising signs, I hope this helped, that you get what you need, and may the Taurus Collective Sun, Moon, Rising sign be blessed with all that they need this new moon to full moon next, that they can heal, grow, learn, focus, love, and get the help that they ask for the well-being of all. And so it is. Cool. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Look, I'm fun and I'm good at what I do. Come back, hit the notification bell. You'll get a notification when I put up a new video, which is, I'm going to be doing this for the next 2 weeks, because right after this series, I'm doing one on Mercury retrograde and embracing the shadow, because Mercury is going to be retrograding in Scorpio. Great fun. Cool, my Taurus. I love you all so much. But for now, hail, farewell, and blessed be.